Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations today. Well, Ron's taking the stand, which is probably gonna go smoothly. Obviously, it always does. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought it would be set a record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with the face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security till a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak gets washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Alright, I'm gonna press the living bejesus out of you. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was always a bit... 1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. It ordered you there? It was the first time I've gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does this mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They say... why don't we say that for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do about this? Press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, huh? A perfect mode for committing murder. Oh, but wait! Wait! I never intended to pay the money anyway. Oh, is that right? I was just gonna murder him. I mean, after all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyways? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't. Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes me. So that's why Ms. the Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Feel like you shouldn't have gone then, dog, if they were just hollow threats. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You. And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? Why were you fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? No, it's not. My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Ron, what the fuck, man? Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies, and since I was security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Whistleblower found out and now it's fired immediately. Yeah! I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Ah, man. This whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Ron! God, man. You are just an asshole for one. Don't do that. Like, in general, just don't steal from your place of work and try to sell it to other companies that might be like, I don't know, like competition. That's a shitty thing to fucking do, alright? Even if you hate your job, you're messing with other people's livelihoods at that point too. Second, why? Like, oh my god, you're a security company. You're making, oh my god, you sell that data to the wrong person? I know you're a thief, so you're already a piece of shit, but at the same time, good god, Ron. Why would you do something like that, you goddamn idiot? Well, Desi's hobby. What else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So, Mrs. Delight, doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? Well, so it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. Yeah, that's also not really healthy. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. I mean, no, that's a good point. Like, generally speaking, if you're married to someone and you're living with them, if you get fired, the first thing you do is you tell them so you can work out a plan to keep, like, your expenses down, or help you get your resume in order, or even just to comfort one another. Like, that goes a long way after a horrible thing like that. That's if you're in a healthy relationship. Otherwise, you keep it a secret, and then apparently she spends all the money, and then you steal stuff and get blackmailed for it, and then you hide bodies in safe. Ron, you're an idiot! There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never be able to make bean soup. Yeah, what the hell's bean soup? Alright, so that was it? I don't like beans. I don't like soup. I like beans. I like pinto beans. What do you want from me? Huh. Still direct. Let's see. Let's look through this stuff again. Blackmail letters. I ordered to go. Scare me. There wasn't anything. We don't want to identify him as not Black Mask. What? That's like a Marvel villain, isn't it? As Mask to Mask, right? We stopped him from saying it earlier. Should I, like, I don't know, maybe show Desi's, like, freaking profile here? Like, your wife can't be that stupid? I mean, maybe she is. She seems like she generally cares for the dude. Which, I mean, I guess kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like since she does seemingly generally care for the dude, if she like was told maybe that like he lost his job, she might have not have spent all that money. Maybe, probably not. I don't know. Or maybe she thought he had extra in the bank or something. Yeah. Well, would it go... Wouldn't make sense to do her picture here, right? Desi doesn't know. I mean, we could try. Because that would make him a criminal. Music didn't stop. Evidence clearly contradicts. So we're gonna take 2 points of damage? Oh. Fuck. Okay. Okay, no, here. How about here? How about here? Please work. Okay, thank God. Mr. Delight, what did you say just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday? Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Gulp. A certain person? Mrs. Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. But I... Listen to me! My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot! Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole coming data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh, Now, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or I'll murder you! Oh, or you'll be sorry! Well, it seems, that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. It's only been 12. Clearly there was sufficient... Well, I guess maybe if you add a little bit from last time, it's been 20 minutes. Actually. Huh. Clearly there was sufficient motive for the murder. He stole data for his wife and killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. Just look at these gigantic ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Kept saying something like Zavari. I don't know what the hell that means. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. And then I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to... Wearing what? I came to... Mr. Ballard was lying there dead. So I jammed his body into the safe. For reasons. I see. Suddenly hit in the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said the mass struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since that may turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Huh. No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I was really attacked! We'll find out if what you were saying was true or not during a cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special balloon. Then I will meet you in an alley and stab you in the junk. Chronos, what? No, screw him. If I'm gonna get assaulted in this court, I'm gonna assault back. 2 wrongs don't make it right, Chronos. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Don't you know math? 2 negatives make a right. A positive. So stabbing him in the junk is the right answer. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I poisoned your coffee. Oh, that'd be sick, actually. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Press! Who is this suspicious shadow? If there was 1,000 of me, even if one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. He's dodging all the questions. His dodging all of our questions not helping us with this case. Okay then, how was the victim Mr. Bullet at the time? What do you mean, but how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I think I'm gonna smash your head against that goddamn table. Your forehead. Yeah, I was hit in the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think it was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Light even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I like to show him how fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Grab the fire extinguisher. That? Can you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Mask the Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask the Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask the Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO. Oh my god. I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick! Did you know about this? You never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Huh, my 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. Why were you dressed up as Mask the Mask? Why, because I'm Mask the Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask the Mask trial is being held next door. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask the Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. And I tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. No capes. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? God damn it. Is he gonna talk about how he jammed that body in the safe? What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe drawer, you see. This happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss that dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying, and you're also wrong. When I take off my dirty shorts, they go in the laundry hamper, not the washing machine. They'll get moldy if you put them in the washing machine. This is the judge, not me. No, but it's actually true. Yeah, no, you don't want to put them in a washing machine that might have residual, like, wetness. So you're gonna smell. It will smell less when you wash them. No, but they'll keep some of that smell. If you put them in the washing machine, like, a few days before you're goddamn doing your laundry, then you smell worse. Oh. Anyways. Calm down, Chronos. I'm calm, cool, and collected. Do you mean that Mr. Light hit the body because he's the murderer? Huh. So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yeah. Why am I the only one out of the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with him on this one. Why did you hide the body in the safe instead of calling the cops, you goddamn moron? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer? Just jump kick him. Just running jump kick. That's all you gotta do. Just charge the bench. Just a running jump kick. That's all you gotta do. It's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kinda lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Huh. I think you had a simpler reason for that. It's because you killed him. And that's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes doing it? Under those circumstances... Oh, the buzzer! Wait, hey Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show what those circumstances were? I'll take a look at the court records and no, I know what you do. I know what to do. I know what to do. He's hiding stuff. Let's just go back. He's gotta make things more complicated. Of course he is. 10 minutes. Alright, 10 minutes of me time. Buzzer or buzzer records? Try the records first because it says 102. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? What might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He's probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building. No, he worked there. Used to. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. Yeah, that's because Larry is a lazy son of a bitch. That's nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity of was was not something Mr. Light could have known. Objection. How do you know that? Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Light didn't even notice the buzzer going off. The buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious. What do you mean by that? Fine, let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious. So he fainted. That's why Mr. Light didn't know the buzzer had been sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what you're trying to say, Mr. Light was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, we can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and they pressed the buzzer. Order in the court. That's right. This is... Objection. This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is not a kid. It was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to press the button. Ack? So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the crime scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yes. I think so. No fingerprints. I can prove it. The defendant's opinion is this, Your Honor. The piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. I don't know if this dude wears gloves or not, but I'm assuming he doesn't. believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence that we're looking for. The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. You're one to talk! The fact that there was absolutely no clues is itself its clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless, like normal. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had actually pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched the button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask the Mask. And Mask the Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order! Order! Would seem... I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. I would not want to drink that. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would the person press the emergency button? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? They probably wanted the guards to find Ron there. Whoa, what's with the awkward silence all of a sudden? Huh, looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at 1 a.m. Mr. Light just happened to waltz in around when the murder was taking place, right? Oh, that was Maya. The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and pressed then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Huh. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. I am your only opponent ever. The last case was your first case. This is your second case. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To call the security team. Yeah. The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean they say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turns out, he never showed up. Guess he was getting his clock clean at the time. You know, normally I kind of defend Larry a little bit, but that whole shit he was saying about Pearl earlier, let him get his ass beat. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had to change her heart and call the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When the buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guard came running in at the time, they would think I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. Also, Ron, keep your goddamn mouth shut, all right? The frame Rhonda Light on for the murder. Order! Order! It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it who tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, though. Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Light's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Oh, we're gonna do that like totally next time, though. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Bye.